Hey friends, Gator Mom here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about traveling with the backpack. So over spring break, my family and I traveled to Washington, D.C. for almost a week. We were there 5 nights, I believe, and we each traveled in a single backpack. Now this here is a carry-on size backpack. I grabbed it at Target. It's awesome. It is so good. I shared a little bit over on Instagram and you guys wanted to see a more detailed video on how we each packed in a backpack. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna talk about this backpack. I'm gonna talk about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, if I would travel with just a backpack again, and go through how I packed inside of here. Okay, so like I said, it was me and my 3 kids and my husband went to Washington, D.C. for spring break, and it's the first time that we used these backpacks. I had this backpack, my daughter has this backpack, my son and my husband all have this backpack, and then my older son actually has a different Target travel backpack. I had grabbed 2 at the time, trying to compare like which one was better, which one I wanted to use. We ultimately loved this one better, but he really liked the other one. So he stuck with that one. Maybe I'll share that one later as well if you guys want like another alternative. It is by the company Embark. Again, I got it at Target. I will link below the blog post where I'm gonna show like snapshots of how I packed it, links to anything that I can link, and all in kind of one spot for you. But yeah, this backpack was absolutely perfect. Okay, let's talk about what I didn't like about the backpack before we get into the details of the bag. It is heavy. Now, I know that sounds kind of stupid saying because you're literally packing everything that you need for an entire week's worth of a vacation and then you're putting it on your back. So of course it's going to be heavy. But with that being said, it was comfortable, like it was manageable. We flew up to DC. It was a direct flight from Florida. And then while we were there, we traveled via Uber and mostly the metro train. That's kind of how we got around the city. But this here obviously just came with us from the airport. We hopped right on the metro train and we went right into the city where we were staying. And it was perfect for that little bit of commuting. It was heavy though, like I said, and if I had to carry it on my backpack, or on my back all day long, it would have definitely started to hurt my back. But just kind of commuting to and from, like on a travel day, I think it was fine. This bag will not fit in the seat in front of you on an airline. I know that there's some videos out there that take these big, massive travel backpacks and they're like, you can get by with, this is your personal item. No, this is not your personal item. Like, this is a carry-on size bag, like 100%. Besides this, what I traveled with was my MZ Wallace sling bag. I'll kind of insert a picture somewhere here so that you can see what it looked like. But I traveled with that, and then I also carried my heavy winter coat because we were going in Washington during spring, so it was very cold to us Floridians for sure. It was actually a really, really cold week up there. I froze the entire week, so I was glad that I had my heavy coat, but I did not attempt to put that in here. I carried that separate with my sling bag. So inside my sling bag, I had things like my wallet, I had a few small essentials, I had my earbuds, I had a ton. I mean, you guys know how much that sling bag packs. So besides that sling bag, kind of putting it in the seat in front of me, I was able to grab out of here my iPad and the book I was reading and the notebook if I wanted. And then this whole thing went up above me for the entire plane ride. So it worked out really, really well. Besides it being extremely heavy, that's really my only complaint about the bag. And that's really not a complaint on the bag. It's just a more of a complaint of traveling with a backpack carry-on as opposed to like a rolling type of suitcase situation. So other than that, I truly don't have any other complaints on this bag. Now, what did I like about this bag? There's a lot that I liked about it, and you'll be able to see it when I set the camera down and I go through each of the pockets. You're gonna be shocked at what I was able to pack inside here, how organized it is, and just how thought out all of the different pockets of this bag really are. I also liked the price point of this bag. I wanna say it was maybe $69 or $59. when you're buying a backpack for each member of your family, it helps if it's a little bit more affordable. And for the price point, you get a pretty killer backpack. All right, the biggest question, would I travel with just a backpack again? Or am I going to travel with just this backpack again in the future? Yes, and maybe no. I haven't really decided. We have a couple of week-long trips coming up in the summertime, but they are road trips, so we don't really need to pack as compact. We have a little bit more of a room being that we are driving in our car. And then we do have a airplane travel trip coming up. It's I'm gonna tell you at a later date because I'm super excited to share with you guys, but we are flying somewhere cold. And we do want to pack as minimally as possible because there are long commuting days for this trip. But will I pack in this backpack? I think some members of our family will, and I think some will actually use a rolling carry-on. I'm thinking that we're gonna do kind of a little combo of the rolling carry-on as well as the backpack carry-on. I haven't 100% decided, but we are gonna be going for about 2 weeks. So this backpack here I think is perfect up to about a week. For travel, and what we need it for, where we're going, it might not be quite large enough. So I am still in the planning process as far as if we're gonna be able to take it on that particular trip. But to answer your questions, yes, I would definitely pack with it again for trips that are like a week and under. It was definitely convenient to have bags just on our back as opposed to the rolling luggage. With having 3 kids, everybody kind of trekking through the airport, it was really important that everybody was responsible for their particular bag. I didn't want to have to carry anybody else's stuff. So it was nice because if they had a rolling suitcase of some sort, they would have also had a smaller backpack, and it just would have been more luggage and more things to kind of hold us down as we are traveling. So this worked out great. The kids could put their iPads in here, a book, and it was perfect. It was really, really good. Now my youngest, like I mentioned earlier, being 9, it was a little bit heavy for him, but this backpack actually has straps that go around the waist as well as up here, and you're really able to kind of tug and tighten it so that it fits your frame perfectly. And we were able to do that with him, and he had no problem for the distance that we had to go with it. All right, let's put the camera down and unpack this bag. All right, this backpack is so massive that I'm gonna have to do it like in frames. I think, I'm not even sure that with the camera here, I could get it all on one shot because it's so big. But I wanna go through each and every pocket and show you the details of this backpack and what I packed inside each one. But before that, can we just take a minute? Come on, Sleeping Beauty over there. She's good sometimes. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start with some of these outside pockets, turn the bag around, show you the back pockets, and then we'll open up the inside. So right here on the very top of the bag, you have one zipper, and this is a felt lined pocket, which is awesome if you're not carrying like another small crossbody or a sling or anything like that, that you have your electronics in or your phone. If you're just solely using this. I, however, had most of those items in my sling bag, but inside here, I just have my Apple Pencil and all of my charging cables. So charger for my phone, charger for my iPad, charger for all the things in here. So I was able to pull that out whenever I needed to charge anything. But this is a really large pocket. It goes, oh, I don't know, maybe like down to here. And like I mentioned, it is completely felt lined. So you can put jewelry in here or any other item like that inside this top pocket. Now moving our way to these front pockets, you have a pocket here that's quite large and then a pocket down here that also is very large. Now, if you pack the inside of this backpack really full the way that I did, you're not gonna be able to maximize these outside pockets as much. I was still able to really use these pockets a lot. And when I came home from the trip, I even had papers and brochures from places that we've been and keepsakes and things like that in some of these pockets. I've since kind of cleaned those out. There's not as much of that extra fluff in here, but I had so much in here. So on the front of this top half pocket, you do have a outside zipper that I don't have anything in right now, but it unzips kind of diagonally there. And the pocket is as big as this outside pocket. It goes all the way down to here. You even have room up here. I don't have anything in it at the moment, but you can obviously fit anything flat in that type of a pocket. Now unzipping the main pocket, if you will. Oh, we're were dreaming over there. You have 2 zipper pulls and it opens up nice and big. You can kind of fold it down. And as you can see here, I had enough room for a book as well as my notebook. So those 2 items fit perfectly right down in there. Then when you take that out, you have 2 mesh pockets. I don't have anything in here. I do think actually when I was traveling, I had my big headphones in this pocket, if I remember correctly. And those fit great. They're big, like over the ear headphones. I don't think they're in here because one of my kids stole them. Anyways, but that fit down in there. And then over in this pocket, I just have a bunch of pens, highlighters, things like that, some sticky notes, all of that type of stuff. And then you do actually have a key leash kind of clip down in there. And you have this entire zipper pocket back here. I had like gum and extra candy and stuff when I was traveling, but you have that entire pocket in there as well. Looking down here at the other kind of bottom pocket of the bag, if you will, it's not quite as large as this pocket actually. I thought they were almost equal in size, but this one is a little bit smaller, but it has 1 zipper right here and it goes up to not very far, like about here, but it goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag. And this pocket does get tight for sure if you pack the inside of the bag really tightly, but I was able to pack tons of snacks in here. Like this was kind of my snack pocket, if you will. It's literally like the Mary Poppins pocket for snacks. More snacks, more snacks. So many snacks fit down inside that pocket. On the side of the backpack over here, you do have 1 really nice grab handle that made it easy to kind of throw the bag over the top of the luggage carrier area for in the airplane. So that was super nice. You can kind of carry it like this. If you wanted to not even use the backpack straps and just use that grab handle, you also have another one back here. You can tuck these straps in this back zipper pocket and not even have them hanging out on the outside of your bag. We obviously use it as a backpack, so we didn't do that, but you do have that option for sure. Same with down here at the very bottom here of the bag. Here, I'll zoom in and show you. You have this extra part of the backpack. I have mine tucked in. But if you wanted to pull it out here, if I can get it, you have this extra kind of support on your back here. So it's like a belt band that you can put around the front of you to also kind of clip it around your belly, and then you have this around your back. My son did use this a lot on his backpack because it was so heavy for him that he needed this extra support to really attach it to him when he was like walking around and whatnot. But if you didn't need that, you could tuck it down inside there. On the other side here of the backpack, you do have a spot for a water bottle or any type of drink. I just bought one in the airport the whole time I was there, but if you wanted to bring one, you certainly could. This is a normal size, like, I don't know how many ounces. It's like a Propel bottle, just for like reference. If you got like a Coke or whatever, you could easily put that in there. If you didn't want to use that pocket, it cinches really close against the side of the bag. On the back of the backpack up here, you have 1 huge laptop sleeve. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag here. Actually, no, made a liar of me. It goes right here, but the pocket goes all the way down to the side of the bag. And it is padded on both sides here. And the back is really padded. And then in here, you have a little tiny bit of a cushion. I was able to put my iPad Pro down in here, no problem. You can obviously fit any size laptop in here. And depending on how like full you pack the inside of this backpack, you could easily put like a folder or a book or something in this area as well. I think I did that at one point. I had my book and my iPad in here. So that's what I have in here. This is a 12.9. It's the larger iPad Pro. So like I said, you can obviously put any size electronic back there. All right, I'm gonna put this camera up a little bit higher and open this baby up. I did wanna mention before I open it up that you have these straps on the side of the bag. You have one at the top, one down here at the bottom, and the same on both sides. So once you get the backpack packed, like however you need it, you can tighten these really, really tight and kind of compress it even smaller. So that was kind of an awesome feature. All right, so you have 2 zippers and they unzip the entire way around the backpack, allowing it to open up completely flat. just like a suitcase. It really is awesome. Like, it's such a great backpack. I'm gonna go ahead, actually, I'm gonna start over here on this side and show you how I have it packed up. Now, this is the front of the backpack. So if you remember, you had those outside exterior pockets, and you have 2 zipper compartments here. Down here at this bottom pocket, I actually have a nightgown that I slept in the entire time. It's just a long flannel night shirt. So I had that, as well as some of these little fuzzy socks for around the like hotel, kind of while we were inside. I didn't bring any like flip-flops or anything like that because it's so cold. So I didn't have a need for them, but I did want something for my feet in the hotel. So I had those. I wore my boots on the plane, and I definitely needed my sneakers. And the only reason that I really had both is because we did have one kind of, it wasn't a formal night. We went to a theater show up in DC, so I wanted to wear boots and like my like dark black jeans, and that's really the only time I wore my boots. And then I wore these sneakers the entire time that I was there. These are just Brooks running sneakers, and I highly recommend them. They're super comfortable. So I had those in there, and then the only other thing is this Erin Condren packing cube, and I actually have it folded in half because I had my like bras, underwear, all that kind of stuff tucked in there. This pocket is perfect for toiletries because it is extremely wipeable in here. You actually have 2 separate pockets. So you have one that's the big bulk of it, and then you have a little bit thinner of one that sits right here on top. And the only thing that I put in here was like my toothbrush and some hair ties, things like that. I really just used the big pocket behind it, but you do technically have like a thin sleeve and then a larger pocket in the back there. Inside here, I just had a few things. I had my face wipes tucked in there. I also had a big hairbrush that my daughter and I shared. And then I had one single toiletry bag that I'm kind of obsessed with. I don't think I've even talked about this on Instagram yet, but it is made by the company Scout, and it is such a cool toiletry bag. Let me show you how it opened up. But I had all of my toiletries in here. Nothing else needed. I do have a hair kind of wand over here. I'll show you in a second, but this fit perfectly right down in there. Okay, so without unpacking this entire thing, because it is fully packed for a weekend trip I have coming up, but on this side of the bag, it is a large opening, like a large compartment, and I have everything that I need in here. All of my skincare, hair care. I use this SPF kind of like sunscreen as my foundation. This is a concealing moisturizer. I literally have everything that I could possibly need down inside this main compartment of the pouch. It's literally all of my skincare and everything. So I have that in the one side of this pouch. And then when you flip it over here to the bottom, you have 2 more zippers, which is just so crazy. Now, these pockets aren't quite as big, obviously, but in this one here, I have my makeup and a couple of hair things. And then over here on this side of the pouch, I actually have all of my makeup brushes, mascara, and like eyeliner. Those are some eyeshadow sticks and things like that. So that's literally all I need, like, period. All right, moving on over here to this side of the backpack where I had all of my clothes packed. You guys are going to be shocked at the amount of clothes that I could fit in here. It was absolutely insane. So this is exactly what I took with me on my trip, like the same clothes and everything, and pretty much how I had it packed up. So right here, just folded across, I have one of these Aerie lumberjack waffle shirts, if you will. I have it in 2 different colors. I love it. I have this one just here on top. I wore the heck out of this in DC, and I'm probably gonna take it a ton when I travel to cooler places this summer because I love it. It is my favorite. I will try to link if I have links to any of this stuff, but I mean, it's most of these clothes I've had for a really long time, but this, I know I can link because I actually want to get another one myself. But that's just laying right there on top of everything. And then all of my other clothes, I was able to roll inside of here. Now I have done extensive packing in this particular backpack prior to us leaving. I packed it with packing cubes, I packed it without, I packed it by folding my clothes and rolling my clothes, and long story long, this is the best way to pack this particular backpack. If you guys want to see kind of pros and cons of packing with and without packing cubes in a backpack, let me know. Maybe I can do that in like another video. But moving this along, I had two pairs of jeans down here. This was a pair of black jeans. This is a pair of just regular jeans, all rolled up. And these are not small jeans. I won't tell you what size I am, but I'm not a petite little thing. Like, I'm short, but these are women's jeans, okay? We'll leave it at that. Then I also had one pair of leggings, a pair of shorts just to kind of wear around the hotel room, and another pair of leggings. Then right up from here are all of the shirts that I had. So I had one, two, three short sleeve shirts. This is like a button up shirt. And then these here are just regular cotton shirts. These are short sleeve. And then I had 4 long sleeve shirts. So these two are heavier sweaters from the Loft. This is from the Loft, the Lou and Gray line, kind of like more of a sporty hood sweater. I wore the heck out of that one. And then I have just a long sleeve, more like t-shirt. And then I have another long sleeve sweater. And all of that fit inside. And then hanging out right over there on the side, can't even see it, but I have my hair bond that I used the whole time I was there. All right, so that is everything that I have packed up inside. I'll give you one last look of it empty so that you can really see kind of the depth of this side of the bag. It packs way more than you think that it could. All right, I think that does it for today's video. I sure hope it was helpful for those of you that are considering traveling with a single backpack and were curious about this Target one. I hope it was helpful and kind of gave you an idea on how you can pack a travel backpack. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below or shoot me a message. I'm always happy to help. I will also have the blog post for today's video linked down below so that you can see detailed pictures, links to whatever I can link, and all of that. So until my next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you soon.